So, talking about FMU and all that you have to do and all the resources, everything needed, engaging drivers, engaging every stakeholders, what challenges have you faced lately?
Um, During my recent past, in this position and the previous position when I was the deputy vice president, um, I think one of the things that challenged me and the federation most and the sport
Mm.
were the legal battles we went through
Yeah.
from one of our colleagues. And I am happy that we have all put this behind us.
Mm.
It is not that the challenges have gone away, but I think between us, the leadership, the competitors, and our member who had gone to court, we all decided to think that motorsport is bigger than all of us.
Yes.
And then we looked at what are the middle grounds that can take the sport forward. But for me, that was the biggest because it put the sport at a standstill between 2023 and 2025. That was a very long period to disorganize the sport.
Yes.
But I was motivated by the resilience of the sport to go on despite the legal battles which were putting injunctions, closing bank accounts, crippling the sport, and yet the sport refused to die. In Kenya, if you took what we went through and take it to Kenya, Kenya has been dead. There has not been motorsport. People have backpacked their cars. But here, the more the courts made decisions, the more the drivers were committed to drive, the more the officials were committed to officiate, the more everybody was committed to go on. So for me, I think that was the biggest challenge, but it was also one of the things that gave me a lot of motivation. Yes, was and again the other things are really the financial challenges because the sport is growing at a very fast rate. And yet the finances cannot match up the growth.
Yeah. Talking about how much you've served, lead to serve, serve to lead. Okay, you've done that. What legacy are you looking at leaving behind?
I look forward and I am working towards seeing a sport that outlives us.
Yes.
We found this sport here. We were nurtured. Personally, I grew up in the sport. I grew up in the sport. There are people who tried to put me on motorbikes when I was young, Mr. Kisitus. Then I went into motor rallying. But along the way, there are people who have nurtured us.
Yes.
I want us to leave this sport and see young people grow up and still drive this sport and it continues to grow.
Yes.
For me, that is the kind of legacy I would like to leave. But most importantly, for Uganda to take its position as Africa's biggest motorsport powerhouse. Because we have all the ingredients to be the biggest.
And they're natural.
Yes. So, if we are able to drive that, if I can be part of the wheels that drive our federation and our motorsport in Uganda to that level, I can go back home and fold my hands and know that my children and my children's children will find this sport and it will be bigger with better opportunities.
Yes.
When we were growing up, people were volunteers. I want us to reach at a level where people are paid to do a job. Our drivers are professional and they're driving because they can earn from their skills. That's something which I want to see.
Okay. With that, what really drives you as an individual?
I am driven by passion. I am driven by passion.
Yes.
Being part of the sport being part of the noise of the engines, being called a petrol head.
Yes.
Being called a petrol head. Those are things that I find myself failing to detach myself from.
Yes.
Every time I want to fold my hands and go back home and just sleep and say, let me give motorsport
a break
and do a lot of other things out there.
The petrol head in you refuses.
I find myself gravitating back to the sport. So
Yes.
I'm driven by passion. Really.
Okay.